Okay, so today I want you guys to watch this video before you take your Khan Academy pre-quiz or whatever you want to call what we do here. It's basically just a math assignment, but it records all your data and allows me to kind of focus on who needs help where. So it's very important that you follow these directions. I made a video because it's so important. I hope you will enjoy it. It's pretty awesome because, you know, I'm making it. So come in here and you're going to click on combining like terms. And it's going to take you to combining like terms. And then it'll show you this magical problem right here. Now I've already been messing around here. I've stole a few of these problems and put them on my PowerPoint so you guys can get an idea of what they look like. So what you can do is you're going to complete this assignment, or you're going to get to this point right here and you're going to have 5. You either have some red X's or some green checks. I've got all green checks, but let's mess this one up on purpose. Let's see, that's going to be positive 10. Maybe I'll just go through it. Now look, I don't know if all of you know this, but it's got a scratch pad where you can take some notes. You can use whatever color you like. Some of you, seems like this seems to be a pretty favorite color right now with a lot of my classes, so let's use it. Well, I'm distributing the negative 2 to the negative 5n. Well, negative 2 times negative 5n is positive, maybe, positive 10n, because I know when I'm multiplying negative times a negative, I get a positive. But now, since I'm multiplying a negative times a positive 6, negative 2 times positive 6, well, then that has to be negative 12. Remember, this is the distributive property. We talked about it last week. All right, keep that plus sign. Don't let it sneak away. And now I've got a positive 5 times 2, which we all know that's 10. And then I got positive 5 times negative 7n. That minus sign in the middle translates or commutes over to the 7n. It makes it negative because we're taking away 7 times whatever n is. So 5 times negative 7 is, or excuse me, negative 7n is negative 35n. So far, so good. Well, now I can combine like terms. So remember how I like to use all those pretty colors when I'm using my thing or whatever. You guys can do the same. I like to just underline my like terms. These are like terms because they're coefficients to n. Negative 35n and 10n are like terms. Let's go with purple. Now I've got negative 12 and negative 10. Alright, so next step is to combine these like terms. Well, I know if I combine a positive 10 with a negative 35n, I have to remember my rules for adding and subtracting positive and negative integers, right? And that's going to give me negative 25n, right? Negative 25n, and I've got a negative 12 plus 10. Well, I know a negative 12 is bigger than positive 10. And remember, we did a lot of number line drawing yesterday in class so we could help remember where our integers are going to add up. Here's negative 12 somewhere over here. If I add 10 to it, you know I'm going to go to the right. So I'm actually going to end up with a negative 2. Oops, negative 2 right here. Okay? So at the end of the day, I've got negative 25n minus 2. Why it's acting so weird. Let's see if I can click around. There we go. Negative 25n. Well, that's our answer. So let's click on, well, wait a minute. I picked the wrong one. Negative 25n minus 2 is our answer. So let's see if I got it right. Yay, I got it right. Well, looks like I missed one right here. But we'll go with this. All right. So when you go to share your screen, Ms. Hayes is killing it, Khan Academy. Congratulations, Paige. Here is what I want you to save. Now notice, I've got a lot of stuff going on here. Number one, let's see. I can see how well you did. If you get 5 in a row correct, I'm going to give you another assignment. I'm going to push you a little bit harder. I'm going to send you on to the next group of activities in Khan Academy. And that's what you can work on. However, if you have a red X here and a red X here, then there's a strong possibility you need to hang out with me for a little bit longer, and we'll see if we can get these problems corrected. All right? That'll make my class size a little bit smaller. I'll be able to talk to you more directly, and it'll be a little more difficult to hide. All right? Last thing I want to point out to you guys, and this is key, I want you guys to start recording this down here. You see where I'm highlighting the time and the date? This allows me to know that you're doing it at the beginning of class. Now, I know a lot of you like to come in here early, or you see it and you knock it out at the beginning of the day. And I guess that's not a terrible thing. I mean, I love it that you're doing that. You think your math class is important enough to get up and get after it first thing. I really do appreciate that. However, the idea for me when I'm planning as a teacher is I want to give you that 10 or 15 minutes at the beginning of class to practice the skills we've been working on, and it's going to give me an idea where we stand. So once again, I'm looking for 5 green checks in a row. It lets me know that you're pretty solid with this activity or this assignment, and that's going to let me push you a little bit harder into the next group of things. All right. However, if you're coming up with some red X's, and that's going to happen for a lot of you, and don't feel bad about it, it just means we need to go back and review the rules, maybe try to come up with some different ideas or approaches on what's going to help you be successful in this class. So today I'm really going to be standing on your heads. I'm going to be looking over your shoulder. I'm going to be looking into Google Classroom to make sure that you've got everything. If it's not like this, I'm going to make you do it again. All right. Well, I hope we have a great Thanksgiving. And I guess that's really about it. So clip it, save it, and store it on the Google Classroom, and I will check it in class when we get through. I'll probably ask for a green check, but I'll put everything on my PowerPoint to help remind you. All right, that's it for this one. Maybe, if I can find that button here. Oh my goodness.